Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Yasir and today we will go through our learning outcome 2 of strategic leadership. So if anyone is there, can you guys see my screen? Can you hear my voice? So if there is any issue, please do let me know so I'll try to sort out for you. Right, so we will begin by discussing between distinguish between groups, work groups, and teams. We will also discuss the types and form of teams, including project team, self-managed team, virtual team, and operational team. Next, we will examine the value and norms that govern team behavior. We will analyze the characteristics of an effective work group or team, focusing on factors that enhance group cohesiveness and preferences. We will discuss Belbin's team rules, which identify individuals' contribution to team dynamics, such as coordinators, innovators, and implementations. Key terminology: team is a structured group of individuals who work together toward achieving common objectives or mission. To A team stands for together, everyone achieve more, highlighting the collaborative sense of teamwork. Members of a team ideally share similar group attitude through process and interests. Uh, Compatibility among team members is essential for successful collaboration, as individuals with significantly different approaches may struggle to work together. So, team function effectively when members share not only a unified vision but also mutual understanding and respect, creating a harmonious work environment. Any question if anyone is there so far? Okay, so what is a group? If any comments, if anyone is there about group, what is group? Right. A group is a collection of individuals, usually two or more, who come together, two or more people who come together to interact and achieve organizational objectives. Groups serve as the foundation of any organization, supporting its structure and functionality. Key characteristics of a group, including size, goals, norms, structure, rules, interaction, and collective identity. Types of groups in organization can be categorized into formal and informal types. Formal groups, these are consciously created by management to fulfill organizational goals. Examples including committees, task forces, and quality circles. Subtypes include self-directed teams, quality circles, and committee. When we talk about informal groups, these arise based on social and psychological needs, such as shared interest, physical proximity, or mutual attractions. Examples including groups formed during lunch breaks or informal project discussions. Understanding these distinctions is essential for identifying the purpose and functioning of different groups within organization. Uh, Reasons for group formation. Groups are formed for various reasons, including personal characteristics, opportunity for interaction, common interests and goals, influence, and power. So, personal characteristics are individuals with similar beliefs, values, and attitude tends to come together naturally to form groups. Opportunity for interactions, regular opportunities for employees to interact, facilitate the discovery of shared interests and commonalities leading to group formation. Common interests and goals, share goals often require cooperation and collaboration, fostering group development. Influence and power, groups often hold more collective power and influence that individuals, making them a preferred means of achieving objectives. These factors highlights why group uh, emerge in both formal and informal setting, emphasizing the role of shared goals and social interactions in group dynamics. Any comments or question if anyone is there? Okay, so although in terms group and team are often used interchangeably, there are distinct uh, between the group between the two. Group is an assembly of individuals united for a reason of or cause. Members of a group may share a common objectives or interests to achieve organizational goals, but may not necessarily group interdependently. Yeah. For example, a political reform group involves individuals advocating for a shared cause without closely linked tasks. A team is a unit of individuals working together for a shared goals. Team members rely on one another to achieve objectives with the greater focus on collaboration and interdependence. For example, a football team operates collectively with each member playing a crucial role in achieving victory. So the distinction lies in the degree of interconnection and a shared purpose among members, while groups emphasize collective membership, teams stress collaboration, and unified goals. In business environment, work groups and work teams play a significant role. A work team consists of individuals working interdependently uh, uh, toward a shared goal to achieve a unified outcomes for their organizations. A work group comprise two or more individuals who rely on one another to accomplish their objectives through they may or may not belong to the same department. So the primary difference lies in their dynamics. A work team collaborates actively and shared both responsibilities and outcomes. In contrast, a work group operates more independently, often led by designated individuals who assign tasks. For example, in a work team, the leader functions as a facilitator, encouraging members of the team share in the distribution of tasks. On the other hand, a work group is usually led by a more directive leader who control meetings and assign specific duties to each members. Uh, Groups and team differs in several aspects, particularly in leadership, accountability, purpose, and work style. Leadership in a group tends to be strong and centralized, with one individual making most decisions. Team, however, often distribute leadership responsibilities among members, accountabilities, groups in individuals, while team focus on mutual accountability alongside individual responsibility. The purpose of a group aligns with the broader mission of an organization, whereas a team purpose is specific and goal oriented. In terms of deliverable, groups focus on individual contributions, while team produce collective work outcomes. Communications within group is often formal and time bound, whereas team encourage open and time bound encourage open-ended discussion and active problem solving. Effectiveness also varies with groups influencing outcomes indirectly, while teams are assessed directly through their collective achievements. Understanding these distinctions is critical for determining the best approach in different organizational scenarios. Any questions if anyone's there? Right. Decision to work alone in a group or as a team depends on their complexity uh, and nature of the task. Simple tasks or problems that require fast decisions or minimal directions are better suited for individuals' efforts. In contrast, highly complex tasks or problems needing uh, consensus, decision making, and diverse skills benefit from team collaborations. Groups are effective when cooperation is sufficient. Individuals interact differ or task requires limited competencies. Teams, however, are preferred for tasks demanding high commitment, shared objectives, or innovative and balanced perspective. For example, when an organization rewards individuals for operational output, groups may be the optimal choice. Conversely, when team results align with strategic goals, building team becomes more advantageous. Types of team. Any comments? Any questions so far? Right. Different tasks require different types of team, influenced by the nature of problems and the available solutions. According to West from 2004, a team's lifetime skills requirement, autonomy, and influence vary based on the task. Permanent team handle long-term objectives, while temporary team address short-term needs. Peckham, 1998, if you look at here, he identified four type of problems and corresponding teams for a known problems with no clear solution. Problem-solving teams are ideal due to their autonomy. Creative teams are best for unknown problems requiring innovative thinking. Tactical teams excel is executing known solutions, emphasizing role clarity. And lastly, problem funding team analyze and create solutions for possible problems. So these classifications help organizations assemble the right team for specific challenges. Tuckman and Jensen in 1977. Managing a team involves guiding it through different development stages as outlined by Tuckman and Jensen in 1977. So the first stage for forming in is what individuals come together and start learning about their rules At this stage, members often operate independently. The next phase, storming, involves conflicts as members challenge existing norms and assets. Their task, this stage is crucial for fostering team cohesion. During norming, the team consideration its resources and establishes a framework for collaboration. Members begin to understand their strengths and weaknesses, focusing on task effectively in the performing stage. The team achieve optimal productivity and achieve works on continuous improvement. So finally, in the adjoining stage, the team disbands and members transitions to other responsibilities. Recognizing these stages helps leaders provide the high support at each phase, ensuring team success. Any questions so far? So teamwork also play a very important role in increasing efficiency in employees, eventually benefiting the organizations and yielding high profits. And teamwork leads to prepare delegation of responsibilities as per employees' expertise, skills, and knowledge. So they are supposed to do what they can best do. So key reason teamwork is important in the workplace. Uh, Self-monitor teamwork is efficient work. Innovates, fosters, learn from each others. They can create healthier competition. Teams promote strong working relationships. So basically, overall team create a supportive environment that fosters collaborations, innovations, and growth, both at the individuals and organizational level. GRPI model, effective team built on four foundational elements: goals, rules, procedures, and interpersonal relationship. Each plays a critical role in ensuring the success of a team. So, G mean goals, rules, procedure, GRPI. So, goals team must have clear objectives to avoid confusion and conflicts. So, well-defined goals ensures all members work together the same towards the same outcomes. Rules, every team member should clearly understand their responsibilities, authority, and accountability. A lack of role uh, clarity often leads to disputes. Procedure, team require structured process for decision making, workflow, conflict resolution, and communication. So these framework streamline operations and reduce misunderstanding. Interpersonal relationship, trust, effective communications, and adaptability among team members are essential for smooth collaboration. These elements are especially relevant for team that may have lost focus and need to realign their objectives and process. Any questions so far? Tuckman FSNP model. Uh, Bruce Tuckman's team development model outlines five stages of team journey. Forming members come together and start interacting often with enthusiasm, but also uncertainty. Initial discussion focus on understanding expectations. Storming conflicts arise in individuals' assets, their ideas, and challenge authority. This stage is necessary for teams to identify and address differences. Norming the team begins to resolve conflicts and establish a constructive working relationship. Members cooperate and provide supportive feedback. Performing team reach their optimal functioning level, focusing on achieving goals and continuously improving both individuals and collective performance. Adjoining, once the task is completed, the team disbands. Members may feel a sense of achievement or loss depending on the project's outcome. So, this model is beneficial for analyzing the evaluation of group dynamics and guiding team through each stage effectively. Any questions so far? Uh, Bench and Smith model. The team effectiveness model by John Bench and Douglas Smith. Hi, Osama. How are you? Can you hear me, Osama? Can you see my screen? Can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry for being late. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. That's fine. No problem. So we are here, Bench and Smith models, the effectiveness model by John Bench and Douglas Smith highlights 5 stages uh, of team development. It emphasizes the progression of team members from working individually or becoming cohesive, high performing units. So, working groups, uh, 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 working group, pseudo team, potential team, real team, and high performance team. So, working groups members operate independently with minimal collaboration. Pseudo team, while members believe they are a team, their actions remain individualistic. Potential team collaboration begins as members start working towards shared goals. Real team, the teams has accomplished a shared goal. High performance team, beyond achieving goals, members are deeply committed to each other's growth and success. So this model is basically this model is especially helpful for team transitioning from an individual centric mindset to collaborative approach. The for team to be successful, certain skills and principles must be emphasized. These include skills, accountability, and commitment. So when we talk about skills, teams need members with a combination of problem solving, technical and interpersonal skills. A diverse skill set enhance team performance. Accountability, both mutual and individual accountability, are crucial for ensuring responsibilities are fulfilled and progress is maintained. Commitment, engaged, and focused team members are more likely to stay dedicated to achieving group objectives. Uh, Approaches to understand organizational culture. Organizational culture is a significant aspect of any organization, encompasses shared values, norms, and beliefs that shape behavior and decision making. Several management thinkers have provided valuable insights into these concepts. These include Igor Sechin, Great Hofstede, Charles Handy, and Gary Johnson. with Kevin Scholes. Their work categorized different types of organizational culture and provide framework for understanding its impact. Edgar Sachin, uh, he emphasized that culture is one of the most challenging attribute or to change in an organization. He proposed three-level models to analyze organizational culture. Artifacts. These are visible and tangible aspects such as office design, employee address, code, and objective interactions. Espoused values, these reflect the stated values and norms of the organization, often expressed through slogans, mission statements, and operational principles. Basic underlying assumptions. This level represents deeply ingrained beliefs that are not uh, consciously articulated but influence behavior. These assumptions are often difficult to identify and change. So, basically, this model highlights the need to look beyond surface level attributes to understand the deeper layers of culture. Organizations seeking to transform their culture must address all three levels comprehensively. A great Hofstede's uh, his work focused on the impact of national and regional culture on organizational behavior. He, along with Bob Westphal, developed a six-dimensional model for understanding organizational culture. So, means oriented versus goal oriented cultures may prioritize the methods of accomplished tasks, means, or the desired outcomes goals. So, this impacts risk taking and effort allocation. Uh, Internally driven versus externally driven. Internally driven culture emphasize adherence to core value, while externally driven ones focus on meeting customer requirements. Easygoing versus strict. Easygoing cultures encourage flexibility, while strict culture maintain high level of discipline and control. And local versus professional. Local culture align with immediate work groups, whereas professional culture identify with broader professional standards. Open versus a closed system. Open systems welcome new members and ideas, while closed systems are more resistant to external influence. Employee oriented, finally, employee oriented versus work oriented. Some cultures prioritize employee well being, while others focus more on task completions. So, Hafstad dimensions help organizations evaluate how culture preference influence their operations and interactions. Any questions so far?
Thank you.
Right. So Charles Handy links organizational structure to organizational culture. He proposed four distinct types of organizational culture, each with unique characteristics: power culture, role culture, task culture, and person culture. So, power culture, centralized powers resides with a few individuals. Decisions are made quickly, and there is a minimum bureaucracy. Role culture, this culture relies on hierarchical structure where authority is delegated based on roles. It operates with clearly defined rules and procedures. Task culture, teams are formed to address specific problems with power driven from expertise rather than position. Person culture, the culture prioritizes individuals, interacts, cover organizational goals. It is less common in traditional organizations, but may thrive in networks or constructual contractual setting. So basically, Handy's framework is useful for understanding how different cultures function and how they align with organizational objectives. Gary Johnson and Kevin Scholl's development the culture web in 1992. They introduced Culture Web to analyze organizational culture and its impact on strategic decision making. So, the framework includes six interconnected elements. If you look at here, so six interconnected elements. Stories, these are narratives about past and present events that convey the organization's values and priorities. Rituals and routines, daily actions and behavior that indicate acceptable conduct within the organizations. Then symbols, visual elements such as logos, office design, and dress codes that represent the organizations. Organizational structure includes both formal, hierarchical, and informal network of influence. Control system mechanisms such as financial monitoring, quality control, and reward system that guide behavior. Finally, power structure, the distribution of power within the organization, which can reside with individuals, group, or be evenly distributed. Leaders in a learn environment should advocate the discipline that teams must share to be effective, rather than just establishing working groups. Working groups and teams. So, in a learn environment, leadership must go beyond simply establishing working groups. Effective leadership is this setting emphasize discipline and shared responsibility among team members. A working group is typically characterized by a strong focus leaders who holds individual members accountable. Each member is committed to their specific functions and goals, and the group's purpose is aligned with the broader. Difference between the influence of leadership on group and teams and a formal and informal group. Leadership plays a significant role in the fluctuations of both formal and functioning of both formal and informal groups within organizations. Formal groups are created by the organization with the goal of accomplishing specific tasks, and their structure is well defined. These groups are deliberately formed, and their size tend to be larger. They follow established protocols, and their purpose is tied directly to organizational objectives. On the other hand, informal group emerge uh, voluntarily from employees who come together based on personal interest and relationships. The size of informal groups uh, tend to be smaller, and their structure is less defined or even absent. Uh, Formal groups are driven by professional relationship and organizational goals. Informal groups thrive on personal connections, communications. Informal groups tends to be more restricted, follows following a clear hierarchy. So, in informal groups, communication flows freely in all directions with no formal structures to constrain interaction. So there are also several critical differences between formal and informal groups within organizations. Formal groups are internationally formed by the organizational to accomplish specific tasks. These groups are often larger and they may consist of subgroups. In contrast, informal groups are formed voluntarily by employees based on personal preferences and relationships. So the size of informal group is smaller and more fluid. Uh, Formal and right. So the dynamics within teams are significantly influenced by trust. Trusting teams are those where members feel comfortable being open about their weaknesses and mistakes. In in these teams, individuals are not afraid to ask for help or offer constructive feedback. Members accept questions and input from others regarding their areas of responsibility, and they give one another the benefit of the doubt. There is a willingness to take risks, offer feedback, and assist others. Members also appreciate each other's skills and experiences, and they are quick to offers and accept apologize when necessary. Meetings are seems as valuable, and there is a strong desire to work together as a group. In contrast, untrusting team uh, exhibit behavior there hinder collaboration. These teams conceal weaknesses and mistakes from one another, and there is relu- reluctance to ask for help or offer feedback. There is often a tendency to jump to connections about others' interaction or abilities, and members fail to recognize, utilize each other strengths. Trusting teams waste time managing interpersonal behaviors and hold grudges, creating a negative environment. As a result, meeting and a collaborative work are avoided whenever possible. Any questions so far, Osama? Oh.
No, thank you.
Uh, according to Belbin's theory, there are nine key rules uh, that are essential within any team. These nine key roles. So these roles uh, uh, brings valuable strengths to the team, contributed to the overall effectiveness of the group. Each role also comes with its own set of challenges or allowing weaknesses. So these weaknesses are not necessarily detrimental, but can be managed to ensure they do not undermine the team performance. For example, a shaper may be highly driven, but may also come across a overly aggressive. So it is important for managers to recognize these allowable weaknesses and not attempt to completely eliminate them, as doing so might diminish the strengths that comes with the role. Instead, managers should aim to manage these weaknesses in a way that does not disrupt the team dynamics. So, Balbins basically emphasized that team members should feel comfortable acknowledging their weaknesses, as doing so can alleviate stress and encourage a more open and collaborative approach to teamwork. Balban's team role, a shaper, strengths, challenging dynamics, three uh, driven team forward, overcomes obstacles, allowable weaknesses, uh, implementers, strengths, you can say disciplined, reliable, efficient, allowable weaknesses, inflexible, resistant to new possibilities, completer, finisher, strengths including painstaking, uh, consciousness, detailed oriented, ensures tasks are completed on time. Weaknesses, worries, excessively coordinator, uh, strengths, mature, confident, allowable weaknesses can be seen as manipulative, may uh, offload personal tasks onto others. Team worker, cooperative, diplomatic strengths, weaknesses, indecisive in challenging situations, resource investigator strengths, extroverted and enthusiastic, good communicator, explore opportunities, develop contacts. Weaknesses can be loses interest once initial enthusiasm fades. Plant monitor, evaluator, and specialist. Plant strengths mean creative, weaknesses may struggle to communicate effectively. Monitor, evaluator, strengths strategic, analytical, see all options, judge accurately. Weaknesses lack drive and ability to inspire others. And finally, specialist strengths, single minded, self starting, dedicated. Weaknesses focuses mainly on technical aspects, may neglect broader team needs. Example companies. So this talks involves uh, well, it's not necessary, but basically this task involves understanding for applying Balban's team roles in practical context to analyze the dynamic and effectiveness of team within a specific situation. So here a detailed explanation of the task, breaking it down into actionable steps for completions. Uh, Balban's team roles basically in this talks assign each team members a specific role in the project and explain why their personality or skills match the selected Balban's role. So this task is designed to achieve the some important learning objectives like understanding leadership styles, how different roles contribute to effective team leadership, and applying strategic thinking, analyzing team dynamics, and assigning appropriate roles. That's it for today. Any questions, concerns, issues?
Thanks a lot.
Here some references, and also you can get some material on your learning management system. Thank you very much, Sama, for joining me this afternoon, and I'll see you next weekend, same at 2 o'clock. By then, if you have any questions, any issues, you can drop me an email at yasir@ukversity.co.uk.
Okay, thank
So
you.
thank you very much, Osama, and I'll see you next Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thanks, and bye for now. Bye.